Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is Jovenal Narcisse. And for today's video, I'm going to feature to you my first Iron Heart Selvedge Denim jeans, which I bought in January of last year, 2022. Just in time and preparation for me to join the Year 3 Indigo Fade Invitational Denim Fade competition. I intended to join this year 2, however, I was late for about 2 weeks. So I decided not to join the said event and just waited for another year and tried to observe all those other participants on how they were able to do their fading on their respective jeans. So when the year 3 Indigo Invitational started on April of 2022, I was already armed and equipped with some knowledge on how to be able to fade a salvage denim through the help of other friends, most especially to Filipinos who have placed top 10 in the Year 2 Invitational. And I would like to mention Ricky from Australia and Ivan from Canada. And they were the ones whom I asked questions and clarifications and asked them for some suggestions on how to be able to join this Denim Fade competition. And on the Year 3, this is my first invitational denim fade competition on salvage denim. However, I had my first experience with the denim fade competition in the first Red Line Rally denim fade competition, wherein I placed among the top 30 on the fading of the shirt or jacket. But that is beside the point. You can see in my past videos about my story on what was the result of my participation in the Red Line Rally Denim Fade competition, which is the first edition. So for this video, I would like to tell you about my experience on the Year 3 Denim Fade competition, which was held last year, and it started in April 1 of 2022 and it ended in March, the last day of March of this year. So I selected the Iron Heart because out of the 10 top 10, I think there are 4 Iron Heart who placed among the top 10 of the result of that year 2 competition. So I selected the Iron Heart. I ordered my first Iron Heart on the month of January 2022. I had 2.5 months to prepare for this, and then I really read the instruction on how to take care of this special Japanese salvage denim in their website, and I took the courage to buy this salvage denim. This is very expensive. For me, living here in the Philippines, $420 is very expensive for a salvage denim as compared to the others who are very cheap, like, of course, the Uniqlo. This is only about $50. Augustine denim, which is $130 to $140, and of course the Brave Star, wherein their most expensive one is $180. So it took me the courage to buy this kind of denims. This is the only denim that I'm very familiar because of the top 10 finishers, and asking my friends Ricky and Ivan, although Ivan did not use a a Ironheart, it was Ricky whom I asked a lot of questions about the treatment or how to fade a very hard denim or heavy denim like the Ironheart. So I jumped immediately to the heaviest denim fabric that Ironheart produce, which is the 25 ounces, and this is the 634 extra heavy salvage. Since I'm fond of the Levi's 501 cut, I selected the 634 cut because it's almost the same with the fit or profile of the 501, which is considered as the straight cut. It took me a lot of months to compare and study the size measurements of Ironheart, and I know that the people in Ironheart knows that I've been visiting their website almost every day, comparing their sizes, reading about the description, and looking at the discussion on the Ironheart forum. So combined all these things, asking questions from past top 10 finishers, and then going through research on the Ironheart forum, and then looking at the developments and fading of the different Ironheart owners, I was I was encouraged and inspired to buy my first Ironheart salvage denim, which is the extra heavy salvage. So when I started this year 3 denim fade competition, with my experience with the Red Line Rally denim fade competition, I had my first soak before I used this item. There are people who would insist on not using or not soaking this said denim because they are informed that these are sulfurized, which means that it is already shrunk or it had a taste of some processing wherein there is a minimal shrinkage that will be given or as a result of washing or soaking this particular fabric. But I followed all the instructions on the forum and instructions on the care of this denim fabric, and so that's the reason why I soak this denim for the first time before I use it. And immediately after the first soak, I observed that the torso or the hip portion has shrunk a little, and it's very minimal, maybe about 1/4. But the biggest shrinkage is on the inseam. I observed that there is immediately a shrinkage of 1 inch after the first soak. I did not have any hot soak whatsoever. It's just a regular water soak with a regular temperature water here in the Philippines. So that's it. And I use it every day for the next 9 months. But in between those 9 months, I have to soak it once or for 3 times maximum for the dirt to be removed and, of course, the smell of the sweat. So that's the only time that this particular denim fabric was able to taste water by soaking only. And my first washing was done in December, so that is after 9 months. After 9 months of using, at the end of December, that's the only first time that I really washed this denim, and this is what I saw. Some impressions already on creases, some fading on the front, and of course some creases behind the knee. So I was very happy to see this result, and I just maintained using it every day until I went to the United States for a 2.5 months vacation. And that is where I submitted my final pictures to the judges. And I was surprised that I was one of the 30 participants who placed number 51. And I was not lucky to be chosen as the top 50, but I was satisfied that I was selected as one of the 30 people in the number 51 rank. However, I did not win any prize, it's okay, but the experience itself of fading and iron hard for 1 year is already a prize and a reward in itself. So as I made some posts in my previous videos, I gifted myself with a whipcord jacket from Ironheart and a book which is called The Rebel Wardrobe as my prizes for having joined the Year 3 Denim Fade competition and for placing number 51. So there are so many comments that I received on this particular denim jeans because the way I see it, denim Ironheart is practically the best salvage denim out there, which is made in Japan. It is very expensive, but but the experience is worth trying, having a Ironheart extra heavy salvage denim. I still have 4 or 5 Ironheart salvage denim to be used in the future denim fade competition, and I'm reserving them. And at this time, I'm only using those lightweight salvage denim fabrics that I've been using before, like my first Brave Star, my first Momotaro, and of course the latest one that I have right now is the 150th anniversary 501 Levi's. This was just released last month. So those are the jeans that I'm using this summer here in the Philippines. And only last week, 2 weeks ago, rainy season have started here in the Philippines, and I was thinking of using this again, but I told to myself that it's high time that I'm going to rest this in the locker for the meantime and try the other ones that I have collected through the years. I've been collecting salvage denim jeans for the past 2 years, and I have a lot of jeans that I've never worn, like Samurai, Momotaro. I have some Leon denim also. I think I have 2, and some Real McCoy, Samurai, and Justin denim, and of course Brave Star that I haven't used since I bought them. So I have a lot of reserve in my collection to be used in my denim fade competition. For those who are interested in salvage denim, get the best immediately. Learn. Take much time in researching about the salvage out there. There are so many, and the range of price is very, very, very wide, from as high as $800 to as low as $50. I've seen $800 worth from Naked the Famous, but I will not dive into those range price. The Ironheart for me is the best Japanese denim for salvage denim. So I just maintain to be loyal to Ironheart for the meantime, and that's my advice to those first timers in the denim fade competition. Pull the trigger, it's worth the price. You have a $420 worth of heavy extra heavy salvage denim, and it's worth the experience. It's hard to use it in the first few weeks, but once it is broken in, you have the best denim and it is very soft. If you want to experience a first time for Iron Heart, you take the 21 ounces. The 25 ounces is really hard and very stiff. And if you want a better and more comfortable fitting, you get the 21 ounces. I have 21 ounces on the 634, the anniversary 634, and I also have a 25 ounces on their 77 and another 21 ounce on the 666 cut. So if the year for Indigo Invitational will start in next year, January, I'll be using my 777 cut Iron Heart extra heavy salvage denim in indigo black. So I have already that and I'm prepared for the year 4. Another suggestion for the first timer is be patient in using this one. If you think that the denim is very odorous, or I mean is smelly because you have not washed it and you perspire a lot, most especially for those who are living in tropical countries, it is suggested that you just only soak the fabric, soak it overnight, and of course mix it with detergent powder, soap, and then the soaking ranges from 1 hour to overnight, and that's it. If there is indigo losses, it's okay. That's a part of the denim fade because the number one number one ally in denim fade competition is water. Water is the only one that can change the texture and the color of your salvage denim jeans. So the more you soak and put some soap, I never use any bleach. I never mix any bleach on my soaking, and I have a very nice result of my salvage denim jeans. So be patient. If you feel that the denim is very dirty and smelly, all you have to do is soak it. The more you soak the denim fabric, the better. And it will become softer from the way it was stiff during the time that you had this for the first time or wore it for the first time. There was a completely different feel on the fabric when I had its second soaking, and that was, I think, the 3rd month or the 4th month, and I was very happy that I was wearing a very soft fabric at that time. And the more that I was encouraged to use this because it was very soft and very comfortable for me to use it in my backyard activities like hiking, cleaning, and so on. So those are the suggestions. And the other suggestion, of course, is be patient, that you should have your first wash on the 9th month or 10th month. The longer you have the first washing, the better. Of course, for you to wash, you need a fabric brush. We have here in the Philippines is a rolled plastic cloth, wherein that's the one that we use in rubbing this fabric, and you get a lot of indigo loose using that, and of course the brush, and a lot of rinsing after applying powder soap on the said fabric. And I think that's the things that I can suggest. There's not much on shrinkage on this fabric. I think I got only 1 inch on the inseam because I had it hemmed from from Iron Heart size. This is originally size 36, the length of the inseam, but I had it hemmed for 31 inches, and after the soaking, it became 30 inches, and that's it. And my ideal length of hem is from 28 and a half to 29 and a half, or 29 to be exact. That's the reason I have this break here, very distinct, and another break here on the hem. So if you have any questions about this fading process that I have experienced, or any suggestions additional which I did not mention in this video, please write down below in the comment section. And if you haven't clicked that notification bell, please click it so that you will be notified of my future videos in this YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you can support me in this endeavor on the YouTube channel. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye.